Hi guys, today on I Cook and Paint, I'm going to show you how to throw together your very own homemade turtles. If you're stuck on a gift idea right now for somebody, these are really going to make their day. Here's how you make them. So here's what we need to make these turtles. I have here my homemade caramels. If you click the link underneath this video, you'll go to my blog post and you can get the recipe for these. Or if you'd rather just use store-bought caramels, I won't tell anybody. And I have here some coarsely chopped walnuts. Of course, you can use any type you want. And I have some coarsely chopped milk chocolate. Good quality chocolate. If you'd rather use dark, use dark. Now make little piles of your chopped nuts on anything non-stick. I'm using parchment paper here, but you could use wax paper or Silpat. And you want to make sure that you have enough nuts down so that the caramel has something to melt into. If you don't put enough, the caramel kind of oozes through and the bottoms of your turtles will be really sticky. Now take a caramel and place one on top of each pile of walnuts. So as you can see here, I'm using my homemade caramel recipe. These are quite a bit bigger than store-bought caramels, so if you're using store-bought, you might not need as many nuts on the bottom. This is more a matter of your own judgment rather than following a recipe. So now you'll want to bake these in a really low oven. I have the oven set at 225 degrees Fahrenheit, and you want to bake them for only 2 to 3 minutes. You're going to be so tempted to leave them in there longer, but believe me guys, I learned this the hard way. When you take these out of the oven, they keep melting. This is what they look like after 5 minutes of coming out of the oven, so make sure you pull them out pretty early. Now while those are cooling off, you're going to want to start melting your chocolate. So in a double boiler here, I'm going to take 2/3 of my chocolate and start melting it really slowly. And the reason I'm only starting out with 2/3 is because I'm going to temper it. So I have my heat on medium-low here. The water underneath this bowl is just kind of simmering away. So stir this constantly so that the heat gets really evenly distributed. And you don't want there to be any chunks of chocolate left over. It should be completely melted and smooth, just like you see right here. Then you can take it off the heat and go ahead and dump in the remaining third of chocolate you set aside earlier. And then just keep stirring. If you don't temper your chocolate like this, your turtles are going to be covered in all these white swirls just like you see here. So just keep stirring this away until it's all nice and smooth. The heat from the melted chocolate is going to melt the new one. And this can take 5 to 7 minutes, but just keep stirring and stirring and stirring. And as soon as you see it's smooth and a little bit cool to the touch on the back of your finger, you can go ahead and start dropping big dollops of chocolate onto each turtle. Don't try and make these too perfect, just let the chocolate spill down the sides of each one and let some of the caramel and nuts show on the bottom, because that way they're going to look handmade and they're just going to be that much better. And that's all there is to it. These are going to take about 45 minutes to set up completely, and then you're going to want to store them in a cool, dry place. Hey, whether you're using store-bought caramels or homemade, if you make these for someone, they're going to remember it. Did you enjoy this video? Then for more free recipes, hit your subscribe button and don't forget to leave me a comment, guys. I love to hear from you. Thanks so much for watching. Bye.